strategies for conserving and enhancing forest biodiversity in fire-prone areas. Conserving and enhancing forest biodiversity in fire-prone areas requires strategies that recognize fire as a natural process, while also managing its impacts to protect ecosystems and human communities. Here are several approaches to achieving this balance. Integrated fire management. One key strategy is the use of prescribed or controlled burns. These are carefully managed fires used to reduce fuel loads, mimic natural fire regimes, and maintain fire-adapted ecosystems. They also help prevent larger, uncontrolled wildfires. In some situations, fire can even be used to suppress fire through methods like burnout and backfiring during an incident. Effective fire suppression and preparedness are also essential. This includes having trained firefighting teams, equipment, and detection systems ready when natural or human-made fires threaten ecosystems or communities. Habitat restoration and management. Another important approach is restoring native vegetation by encouraging the growth of fire-resistant species that are adapted to local fire regimes. This helps stabilize ecosystems and improve their resilience to future fires. In addition, removing invasive species that increase fire risk by contributing to fuel loads or disrupting natural fire cycles can reduce hazard and support native biodiversity. Landscape level planning. Landscape planning involves creating fire breaks, using both natural and artificial barriers to slow or stop the spread of fire. It also includes zoning and land use planning, where land is designated for different uses based on fire risk and ecological value. This can involve protecting areas with high biodiversity or assigning specific zones for development or restoration. Climate change mitigation and adaptation. To address fire risks worsened by climate change, one strategy is reducing carbon footprints through practices that lower greenhouse gas emissions and help stabilize the climate. At the same time, it's important to adapt to changing fire regimes. This may include updating management plans and selecting plant species for reforestation that are more resilient to projected climate conditions. Community engagement and education. Building awareness is essential. Educating communities about the ecological role of fire, the risks of uncontrolled wildfires, and how human behavior influences fire regimes strengthens both prevention and response. It's also important to encourage responsible land use. This involves working with landowners, local communities, and industries to promote fire-safe practices in farming, forestry, and development. Research and monitoring. Ongoing research in fire ecology improves understanding of how different ecosystems and species respond to fire, knowledge that supports informed decision-making. Regular monitoring of ecosystem health using satellite imagery, ground surveys, and other tools helps track changes in forest composition and biodiversity and assess the effectiveness of management efforts. Policy and legislation. Strengthening legal frameworks is another key component. Developing and enforcing laws that promote sustainable land use, protect critical habitats, and reduce fire risk ensures long-term impact. Implementing these strategies requires coordination between governments, conservation organizations, researchers, and local communities. By integrating fire management with biodiversity conservation, it is possible to protect and enhance forest ecosystems in fire-prone areas, supporting both ecological health and human well-being.